Yo, what is going on, guys? The SSN back again with another video. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that you guys are having a great day so far. But if you guys are not having a great day, if one of you out there is having a lousy day, not the best, I've got great news for you. The Dolphins won today, and not only did the Dolphins win, we beat the Patriots. And not only did we beat the Patriots, the Dolphins today knocked the Patriots out of the possibility of the playoffs for the first time in a very long time. In almost 2 decades, the Dolphins have knocked the playoffs away from the Patriots. There is no hope for the Patriots to see any kind of postseason play this year, which is just so satisfying. Last year, we made it tough for New England. We took away their home field advantage, and that really kind of drove, at least in my opinion, drove Tom Brady out of New England. And then following that year, we knock him out of the playoffs. It's so good. It's so good to beat the Patriots, but to get that extracurricular stuff on top makes my heart happy. I'm sure it makes your guys' heart happy too. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the content, get into the video. This is just the post-game recap, analysis, stuff that I saw on the field, and I want your guys' opinions too. So definitely feel free, leave comments, leave thoughts, opinions, all that stuff down below in the comment section, and we'll all be talking very soon. So Dolphins beat the Patriots today, 22-12. It was a quick game, not a lot of penalties, not a lot of mistakes. I think the Dolphins played a pretty solid ball game. All in all, I was pretty pleased with how we played. We did a couple of things that I have been addressing, beating to death, and I know I've been saying it over and over and over again, and probably a lot of you guys are really sick and tired of hearing me say pretty much the same thing almost every video that I film. The Dolphins need to stop the run, and they need to establish a rushing game, and if we can't do that, we can't expect to consistently win football games. Now, my preview video to this game yesterday, I said, the Dolphins, I think, can stop the run. We've done that the last couple of weeks. I think we can continue to do that, especially against a Patriots team who just offensively is not the best. But I have a hard time imagining that we're going to be able to, kind of unload a rushing attack on them. I just don't see it happening. And lo and behold, the Dolphins, egg on my face, 100%. The Dolphins showed out today. Salvon Ahmed, such a good game. And our first 100-yard rusher in a single game in a long time. It's been a few years since the Dolphins have had a 100-yard rusher in one game. I think he rushed for 120 yards, something like that, and a touchdown. He had a great game, falling forward, making tacklers miss, seeing the holes well, popping it out to the outside when he needed to. He just had a really good game. I know I said like a million times in that sentence. I have a problem with that. Sorry. And there I go again. But Salvon Ahmed had a great game. It was really just so good to see a consistent rushing attack. It opens the offense up for everybody. And we really desperately needed some sort of consistent rushing game this game because we were missing Devontae Parker. We were missing Mike Gesicki. We are missing Preston Williams and have been for quite a while. And we had Jakeem Grant out. So those are 4 targets that we could have gotten the ball to, and 3 of those guys are major targets that Tua will throw to when they're healthy. Devontae Parker's our best receiver, Preston Williams is our number 2, and then Mike Gesicki is one of the best tight ends up and coming in the league. So missing out on all of those guys, that's a ton of offensive firepower that we don't have in this game. So because of that, I was hoping and praying that we were going to be able to do something different to attack with the rushing game. And boy, did we do it, and it looked so good. They could not slow down the run. Salvon Ahmed, Matt Breida had a really good game. There were just a bunch of guys, even Patrick Laird breaking off for a couple of big gains. It was just a really good rushing game altogether for Miami. Solomon Kindley did just a massive job helping out the offensive line, really kind of protect for the run. He was great, and I think he's really establishing himself as, if not the best offensive lineman on this team, certainly one of the best. He's just very good, very well-rounded, very professional, and he's a big mauler if he can get to the second line of the defense. That's just a guy you don't want to have facing off against you because he's just massive. This guy's huge. Austin Jackson did a good job this game. Ted Karras had a pretty good game as well. I just think the rushing holes were wide open for the most part all game. And when they weren't, our running backs were able to break tackles and fall forward and get at least 4 or 5 yards a carry. So gosh, it was just so good to see a rushing attack. I've been stressing it for so long. We capitalized. We did what we needed to do. Really pleased with that. Defensively, it was a good game, not a great game. We got pressure. We slowed down the run. We didn't allow Sony Michel to get rolling. He's kind of a hot and cold guy. When he's on a hot streak, he can be really explosive. But when you slow him down, he tends to struggle. So I think we did a really good job at slowing him down, taking away the holes, hitting him when we need to, getting him on the ground, and not allowing him to pop off a lot of big runs. Because when he does that, he can get active, and then he gets active in the passing game as well. So I think we did a good job kind of containing Sony Michel, who's one of their better offensive weapons at this point, and then really rattling up Cam Newton. Cam Newton did not have a good game. He could not throw a lot of accurate passes. I think our coverage was pretty solid. I think that our pressure on him was decent. Not the best. We did get a couple of sacks, but a few of them were, later in the game. So I was hoping to see a little bit more, at least QB knockdown, something where we're at least getting our hands on him a little bit more consistently. But I think we did a solid job altogether. But the main thing is just we controlled the line of scrimmage, I think, on both ends. Our defensive and offensive lines were on point. They did a great job. I'm proud of how our offensive line played. I think, we gave up a little too much pressure on Tua, but all things considered, I think the pass blocking has not been the primary issue for this offensive line. I really think it was the run blocking, and today we answered a lot of the doubts, a lot of the problems. We fixed a lot of things that we needed to fix, and we did things right to help the rushing game. And then on the other end of it, again, another week, I think this is 3 or 4 weeks in a row that we've gone out there and we've been able to at least slow down the rushing attack, because earlier in the year, I think early to about mid-season, the Dolphins, everyone was blowing them wide open for, so many yards almost every game. So to see us consistently the last few weeks come out and slow down the rushing attack and make it almost non-existent for a couple of teams, it's been a really, really good thing to see, because that line of scrimmage, that's something you have to control in order to win football games. So our secondary did good. Defensive line did good. We had a little bit of a pass rush, nothing incredible, but we got after the quarterback and we created some turnovers. So yeah, it was just a good, well-rounded game. Offensively, we need to get it together a little bit, but at the same time, you can't place a lot of the blame on Tua. He didn't have the best game. It was a lot of really short passes, dumping it off, crossing routes, slants, checkdowns, a million checkdowns in this game. But I don't know how much of that you can really put on Tua, because a lot of his weapons were just not there today. A lot of the weapons, and we already went over that, were hurt, were injured, sick, whatever. So, I don't know how much of that you can place on Tua, but Chan Gailey, I think, did a really good job scheming some guys open, scheming the rushing attack, scheming Tua, to play to his strengths, at least with the lack of, depth that he had today. So I just think all in all, for what it's worth, for what we had on the field, for the lack of offensive weapons that we had today, we played a really, really, really solid game. And then just to cap it all off, it was against the Patriots and we knock them out of the playoffs. So all in all, I am satisfied with this game. I think this is a game we needed to win. We're pushing towards the playoffs. We are now 9-5. So we push closer and closer to the top of the division. I think Buffalo's probably going to win the division. I think at this rate, they're just not going to get beaten out for it. Especially even if we tie them, they have the tiebreaker. So I think we're going to be second in the division, but we push closer and closer towards the wild card spot, the extra wild card spot that's in the AFC. We're pushing closer and closer to it. So I've been saying this the last couple of weeks. We have to come away with at least 1 or 2 of these games in the last 4 weeks, and we did one today. One today was a big one. Beating the Patriots, I think, was a necessity. Now we move on next week, and we've got Las Vegas, who I also think is a beatable team. They are flawed. They do struggle against better teams. They're very up and down. Sometimes they have great games. Sometimes their games really are just not. They're just sloppy, and they're not played very well. So, and then also on top of that, you've got the Derek Carr injury. So there's a lot of factors that come into this game against Las Vegas, but I think we have a real shot to pull out another game and then prepare for our final week against Buffalo. So all in all, guys, we pulled out a really good win today. It was a solid game. It was well-rounded. It wasn't too sloppy. I'm really satisfied with it, and we get a win and knock out the Patriots. So leave me your thoughts, comments, all that stuff down below. How do you feel about this win today? How do you feel about the condition of the wild card race in the AFC? And how do you feel about Las Vegas next week? So guys, that is the video today. I really appreciate you stopping by. If you like the content on the channel, if you enjoy these types of videos, and I've also got a lot of new stuff coming out very, very soon definitely subscribe down below. It is 100% free, nothing of cost to you. It does help out the channel so much. It helps us out so much as we are on pace for our first 1,000 subs. And when we hit 1,000, lots of updates on the channel coming for you guys. Lots of really, really cool stuff that I know you will enjoy. So if you aren't subscribed, subscribe down below because you benefit a ton when we hit 1,000 subs. I've got a lot of great stuff coming. And also on top of that, guys, after the holidays, very, very soon, in probably a few weeks here, I've got a massive update coming to the channel. Lots of new things, new types of content coming your way, and I am pumped. I'm super excited about it. So if you are up to that, if you're excited to see what it is, leave a like in this video now. Comment down below if you're excited for the updates coming to the channel, and I will definitely be keeping you guys posted when I've got the ball kind of rolling on everything here. So guys, I appreciate you stopping by. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm excited that we got this W. I'm sure that you guys are too. So leave your comments, likes, thoughts, concerns, all that stuff in the comment section, and I will catch you very soon for our preview of our matchup against Las Vegas. Take it easy, guys. Have a wonderful day, and as always, fins up.